Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to everyone. Today I'm going to present my research on the impact of human resource management practices on innovation in Malaysian public sector, a conceptual paper. This paper is written by myself, Norasyikin bin Shaikh Ibrahim, and also my co-author. There are four of them. Dr. Ahmad Fazli, Tuan Syed Adrus, Apandi Aini, and Cik Abdul Halim Sani. In this research, I will be explaining on the background of the study, the literature review that has been done before, on the methodology, the proposed conceptual framework, and also, finally, the conclusion. Since independence, the Malaysian public sector has undergone various management innovation processes. Vision 2020 and the TN50 have led Malaysia towards developing more an agile, efficient and credible public service. And now there is also WKB in 2030. In addition, the public service should also be sensitive to the evolution of the role of public service retrospectively and examine the current development and analyze major trends that will give a new definition towards the futures and functions of the country's public service. In this research, researchers and practitioners have been interested in the definition of innovation. We can see that there is no standardization in the definition. So it will influence on what activities that take place within an organization. An organization's understanding of the innovation process is critical since it will have the greatest impact on its long-term success. So public sector innovation is described as the development and implementation of new procedures, products, services, and delivery methods that will primarily improve the efficiency, effectiveness, and quality of outputs. So there are incremental innovations, which are slight alteration to established processes, and also disruptive innovations, which are rare and result in significant changes, which are the most common. The public sector's risk aversion to change is the primary cause for the distinction. So what are the problem statements? The problem statements are low innovation rates in the public sector, the role of human resource management in increasing innovation among civil servants. The words that I've been using nowadays are such as rewards, training and development, use of teams, and also innovative work behavior. The research objectives of this research is first to identify and review staff education, staff participation in innovation teams, and staff training related to the implementation of innovations. And number two, compare and contrast the current state of human resources supporting innovation in Malaysia's public sector with existing literature. In the literature review, I have explained on the compare and contrast between the public sector and private sector in terms of the support from the upper management. In the public sector, the word usage like top-down, top-to-down instructions are better to be said rather than from the private sector, because among the public servants, they are being told to do first, then they can be on their own. But without the support from upper management, it is very impossible. Second one is reward and recognition. Because in the public sector, the budget is totally tied on the central agencies, so reward and recognition must be first budgeted in the past years, in the before the years to come. A diverse workforce. Although in the workforce in Malaysia, especially in the private sector, is very diverse, but the level of education could be not very diverse itself compared to the private sector. In the private sector, there are also workforce from the other side of the world, and at the moment when there's work from home, so we can actually in the private sector they can recruit many workforces from outside the countries. Responsibility to innovate. Because of the private sector, they are more demanding on the profit oriented. So it is not in the case in the public sector. The public sector is more on the creating values to create the wealth. Experimentation is a good thing to do. It is, but compared to private sector, the public sector sometimes they tend to be comfortable on the way things as it is. But with the pandemic and make use of groups compared to the private sector, in the public sector, the use of groups is not very usual for them, but it is possible to do it. All in all, this is the conceptual framework, which is all the five human resource management parts will actually increase the innovation performance. From here, we can see that all the variables which are contributed to impact the innovation performance of an organization. I would like to propose on the methodology a quantitative and minorly in qualitative. Quantitative is used to study the demography. This is very important in order for us to identify which level of staffs and also the background that they have, which will contribute towards the increase on the human resource management affecting the innovation. And also the qualitative, we would like to know in depth what actually will contribute significantly towards the uh, increment of the innovation performance. So what are the conclusion? Where to next? Okay, in this paper actually, this is a conceptual paper. We will be doing this research after conducting several interviews with the panel experts, and we do hope that with this proposal, we would like to go on with the research, especially among the public servants in Malaysia. There are many generations of public servants at the moment, and with the diverse community of public servants, we do hope that the innovation performance will be increased. With that, I thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.